Okay, so the file that we're looking at is called Spelling Find Change. You can find it in the link in the description. And we're going to be looking at a few things to do with spelling and changing things in a document. So the first thing is spelling. So I've deliberately included some spelling errors here. So you can select a specific text frame or story to spell check, or you can just do the whole document. So I'm going to just have nothing selected, and I'm going to go to Edit, Spelling, Check Spelling. Now you can have dynamic spelling on, which means it's going to check as you go, which is a good idea, but let's just say that we made some mistakes. So check spelling. Now it's picked up the word Indian as being lowercase I, which obviously is incorrect, but I've done that deliberately in a lot of places. So instead of me using spell check, I'm going to use find change for that later. So I'm going to skip the word Indian, and I'm going to go to the next one, and you can see the word classics has been spelt wrong. I'm going to choose the correct spelling and change it. Then cooked also, and let's skip to unforgettable is spelt wrong. Okay, so it's pretty basic. You must have used a spell check at some stage in Microsoft Word or in your email application. It's exactly the same. You can also add words here if there's specific spelling. So for example, tikka, chicken masala tikka is not an English word. You might want to add that. So that's spell checking, pretty basic. But let's have a look at find change now, because that's more powerful. So I'm going to go edit, find change. So here, I want to look for any spelling of the word Indian with a lowercase I and change it to an uppercase I. So I'm going to go to text, and I'm going to, you can see I've already done this. I've typed in Indian with a lowercase I, and I want to change it to uppercase I. Now I have to make sure I put this one on case sensitive. If I leave that off, it's not going to check for case. So case sensitive, and I'm going to leave it on document and say change all. And it says 10 replacements were made. And so now you can see all of the word Indian has been changed to uppercase I. I want to also remove this drop shadow on these graphic frames. I think it's kind of interfering with the design. So I'm going to go to Object, and I'm going to, you've got to find something to look for. So what do I want to look for here? Well, I happen to know that all of these images have been set to fill frame proportionally. So let me look for that. So I'm going to go to Frame Fitting Options, Fill Frame Proportionally. I want to find anything that has fill frame proportionally as its fitting setting. And then what do I want to change it to? I just want to go to Style Options, or sorry, not Style Options, to Drop Shadow and turn it off. Say OK, and then change all. And you can see it says 3 objects found. So it's removed the drop shadow. I also want to add a rounded corners. So I'm going to leave it on fill frame proportionally, and I'm going to add corner options. So we have, where are our corner options? Stroke and corner options down here. I'm going to set the corner options to, let's say, 10 millimeters and rounded, and OK, and then change all. And you can see that it's changed all of those because that meet that requirement. And then the last thing I want to do is work with the color here. So I've got this chili color applied. I want to change it to another color. So I'm going to go to color, and you can see here I can choose the color that I want to look for. So I'm looking for the color chili. I happen to know that's the one I used here. And it says look for any tints between 0 and 100, which is what I want. And then I'm going to change it. Now I don't have a color here I want to change it to, so I'm going to say new color swatch. And let's just mix up something here. So let's go for a nice violet color. And then say OK, and then change all. And you can see it's gone in and it's changed, and it's even kept the tints of these different items here. Weirdly, it's just done the word Indian here. So I'm guessing that chili was not the color applied to all of these words here, but you get the idea. Now, the fine change panel is much more powerful than this. This is just the basics, but if you get heavily into it with things like grep, you can actually create little conditional statements that look for certain things and automatically style them as you type. But this is the basics of it. It's pretty powerful, it's pretty useful, and if you've got a long document and you want to change something through multiple pages, it's a huge time saver.